welcome to
Thank
this called episode 83 of the project called the Fellowship Metal Podcast. And this is very odd, like a schedule for us. It's like out of like our normal routine. It's like very early mornings in this part of the world. And for
Yeah.
you guys, good afternoon. In the episode 83, we are gonna have an, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, les enfants de Dagon.
you.
Uh,
Great.
Perfect.
Is that right?
Awesome.
Yes.
oh, I knew it. I knew it. 2 years of like friends in high school. It will work it.
Nice.
From France. So welcome, guys. Thank you for the opportunity to share your work here in the space. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having us on the podcast.
No, for us, it's an honor to bring more bands. I think this is the third time that we interview a French band. It has been an honor to bring your project at this part of the world.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so as I say, this is like a Latin American project, but we try to cover the whole continent. So let me start introducing my team member.
Yeah.
So hi guys, I'm Omar. I'm here in Bogota, Colombia. And like my friend said, we are very honored to have you guys here in our space. Hoping you like this interview. You have such a great time sharing with us everything you can tell us about your band. And let's begin with this. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's an honor.
Awesome. No, for us, it's the honor to have you here. This space is for the bands, not for us. So, and my name is Alexander. I'm here in the sunny state of Florida, in the States. Happy to have you here. So please let me start the interview introducing the band members that will be with you today, with us today. Sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Can you tell us,
Uh,
please? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Thomas, the founding member of Les Enfants de Dagon.
And I'm Naomi, so I'm the cellist, and I joined the band after the first album was recorded. So I think it has been like 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. Thank you guys for your time. So let's start with an icebreaker here, and let's talk about a little bit of the metalhead community around your city. First of all, in what part of France are you located, and how big is the metalhead community in your city or in your area?
The metalhead community is quite very active on our area. We are based in Lyon. It's yeah, so it's in the middle of the France, and we have some good band here. So
and also different sizes of stages and places to perform. So there's big festivals, but there's also like smaller stages as well. So it's quite a lot of opportunities for all kinds of band to perform in France.
That's awesome. And talking about the metalheads community, what kind of genres you think is more are popular nowadays in Lyon?
It's interesting. I think there's different kinds of.
yeah, I think we have a strong black death metal in
Sure.
near Lyon, and we have also a good hardcore bands in this area too. So we have some metalcore, hardcore, and death metal,
Nice.
black metal. So there are two kind of band. Yeah.
Nice. This is very nice and interesting for us as a metalhead always to ask like what is happening around the different parts of the world. And let me ask you, or let me touch another icebreaker topic. And this is like it was more like curiosity for me. And it's well known the huge impact that Gojira made in the metal and
Yeah.
no metal head or no metal world
Amazing.
community playing in the Olympic Games. But I would like
And
to know the opinion of a band and also a metalhead inside France. What do you think about that, like monumental moment?
I think it's quite huge that the French a French band do the Olympics, French metal bands. I mean, it's the first time, and there are a lot of more. It's not I mean hard rock. I mean Gojira has a strong riff, so it's quite nice to have a really metal band.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
not too mainstream
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
So it's kind of specific, and it was something really important to
yeah,
have that.
with their own touch. I mean, it's not a sub Gojira. It's really a Gojira riff. I mean, the
hmm
old aesthetic
yes,
really fits for Gojira.
Yes.
yeah, correct. Yeah, for me, like in my own opinion, it was as a metalhead, as a Gojira follower for many years. It was great. It was awesome to see them, and the performance that they did that day was like amazing. The
Yes.
castle
Yeah.
and all the fireworks and everything was amazing. And it was something that I was talking with Thomas when I actually like I was in Wacken, and in Wacken everybody was talking about that moment. Everybody was talking about
Yeah.
Gojira. The the true metalheads say like, no, how like a metal band is gonna play in the Olympics. The us like strong metalheads say like, this is awesome. Like this is like great to have the opportunity to bring one of our lovely bands playing in such a
Yeah. Yeah.
huge event. And the non metal community, they start saying, "Oh man, this is satanist. This is like how it's gonna the Olympic Games will bring this kind of bands, this kind of music to the Olympics." So it was like it was a great moment for many different views. So that was like kind of like my question. Like very nice to know what the inside France metal and metal bands um, talk about that.
And you know, I mean, Metallica, this high level of band,
Mhm.
AC/DC, Metallica, of their momentum. And now I think we are on a new
New
era
chapter,
Mhm.
yes.
who, I mean, Metallica can play at the Super Bowl.
Correct.
It's no problem. But
Correct.
For Gojira, it's a real right momentum.
Mhm.
This kind of performance
Yep.
to rise and grow on their fan base and stuff like that.
And I think it's also a great opportunity, as it is in France, to have different kinds of genres that were represented.
Yep.
And I think it was much appreciated in France also by non-metal heads to see that,
Yep.
because it represents also the diversity that we have in France in general.
Awesome. Awesome, guys.
Mhm.
Okay, let's start talking a little bit, or let's start talking about the band. So let's, if it's possible, could you please introduce the current members or the current lineup for the Les Enfants du Dagon?
Okay, so we are 8 members, so we are a lot on the stage. So I'm Thomas. We got Naomi. We got Sebastian on the drums. Frederic on the bass. We have Alexis on the other guitar. We have 2 singers. So we have Céline,
Mhm.
who's the lyrical singer, and we have Laurent, who make the growl. And at last, we have a keyboard. So it's Tom on the keyboard. So we have got 8 members.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's the whole
also,
team. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
all 8 of them, and there's also, of course, people working backstage
Yeah.
for technique and makeup and stuff like this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because after we speak about, but it's more just a simple show.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
We have
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
whole concept
Yeah.
behind des enfants.
yeah,
Yes.
and the
Correct.
scenography is huge.
Yeah, we have another question about that, kind of like the performance and kind of like the theatrical part that the band involved in
Yes.
their music project. But when and how the project was started?
It started in 2019.
Yeah, so 2019,
Okay.
something like
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yes.
really. The start of the idea
Uh-huh.
to push all the
Mhm.
the idea we have
Into a project
yeah.
and to yeah.
Got
And
it.
also since the project comes not only with the music part but also with the novel,
Mm-hmm.
then it took some time to write the first novel and also record the first album. That was the beginning of the project.
Yeah, and
That's
we have the COVID, so
yeah.
it takes more time to
Yeah, it was a
fix
very
all
difficult.
the stuff. So
Mhm.
Mhm. Did you guys know each other when they started, or how do you like bring all the members to the project?
So at the beginning, I think we are three on the base on the project.
Mm-hmm.
We have Laurent. It's the singer, and he writes a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So we start with the idea of let's create a universe based on what Lovecraft
Mm-hmm.
have done.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we create a story. Original story, and we work on that. And when we start all the song and all the lyrics, we say, okay, we have a lot of stuff to say. It's not fit on the first album, so let's create a novel and let's create a great journey based on what we have to say on the story.
Mhm.
So
Got it.
the idea is to make 2 novels and 3 albums.
Okay.
So like a trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice concept. It's very interesting, very unique. Okay, in my
Yeah.
opinion,
And so
listening.
the way it was organized is
Go ahead.
The connection is quite unstable.
Okay. It's good. I can hear you and see you well. Let's see. So, in my opinion, Les Enfants du Dagon has very unique style and mixing different kind of like elements of different part of like
Yeah.
metal and no metal elements, right? I would like to know how
Yeah.
do you guys define your own sound? Because we cannot
It's
just put a
it's quite difficult.
correct, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
not like a label that you can put in your band, kind of like, okay, this is melodic, or this is black metal, or this is death. It's very unique. So I would
Yeah.
like to know, how do you
Yeah.
define it?
Yeah. So thank you first for that, because it's the idea behind the band. We like some several stuff. I mean, we are 8, so everyone has the own taste.
yeah, and their own way to play that kind of changes also when we individually bring that to the band.
Yeah. So I mean some live some reports. I mean chronicles of say that there are some elements like cradle of
Mm-hmm.
fifth
Mm-hmm.
on the records. Some stuff like more death metal style. I mean it's
Yeah.
more doom.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps uh, some media told us that they have some Paradise Lost stuff on the.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Quite unclear.
Yeah. So the idea, our focus on the music is to follow the story, because the music follows the story. So it's really the main idea when we start writing the song. And we're still on this mood. So okay, we need to tell the thing. How can the music can help to understand what we are saying?
Okay.
Since it's very related to the novel and it's a very narrative style, then it has lots of different influences depending also on where we are actually in the story, what happens, even if it's inspired by that short story Dagon from Lovecraft. We still have this aesthetic as a base, but then we can add different influences depending on what's happening. So
yeah, very unique, very nice.
very unique.
Yeah, like listening your project and your music, we can say like, okay, it has different ingredients, right? It's when you put ingredients in a recipe. We could find, and we were talking this with Omar, we found some melodic here, some doom metal there, some atmospheric, some like black metal in some point.
And still you have your gothic part on
The
this.
ghost.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and very important is that Beauty and the Beast concept with the growling voice and the female singer. But who is the responsible of the music and the lyrics writing?
So I'm responsible for the music.
Okay.
So my bad.
Guilty.
And Laurent was the main writer for,
Okay.
for the lyrics.
And also for the novel.
Yeah, for the novel. So the idea behind the music is I start with a draft. So I write all the song with an idea, a dynamic, for example, and all the people, the 8 people, have a backbone to work on that. That's the idea. Because on 8, it's quite complex to write, and with 8 N to write something, or it's too complex. So it's easier to have a backbone and start with something.
And then when Thomas is done with like getting us a base and knowing like, okay, where it's going, then I think it's pretty easy then to just appropriate yourself in your aesthetic. And I think that what is making this band so cool, I must say, that people come from they have different musical backgrounds. So I think that is bringing a lot also to the music, and also live, because it's not exactly the same as when you record, of course. So I think it's bringing a lot with this.
That's awesome. And it's like, I think you have been telling us more and defining more the sound and the concept behind the band, right? Based in the Lovecraft novel. And do you consider your project as a conceptual project, and the albums is gonna be always based in the Lovecraft novel, or in the future you are trying, or you will think to bring another kind of like different topics, or talking about something else, or what the band fans will expect in the future is gonna be kind of like the same theme?
I mean, with Lovecraft universe, that is really cool. That he put a lot of space with their universe. So we make a really original novels So we just put Dagon because we love this kind of aesthetic we can have with Innsmouth and stuff like that. But we will put some evolution in the next album, and but we
It's
I
like
must
a
say,
guideline.
yeah,
It's like a guideline.
yeah, we can have this kind of guideline, and
Mhm.
I must say I'm the gatekeeper to to ensure that we focus the guideline.
But
That's
since it was planned to be a trilogy, as we said,
Yeah,
then we know for sure that for 3 albums and 3 novels, it's gonna be the same spirit, even if it's gonna take us somewhere else sometimes, and we will try not to spoil so much, but we're working on it, and other influences that we will put in the music, and that Thomas has been working very hard on. So so it's gonna be quite the same with the guideline, but then it's gonna change with the influences also that you can hear.
yeah. The idea is not to make the first album or a clone of the first
Correct.
album.
No, we want something very different also for the
Yeah.
second and third.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was kind of like my question. You answered it well. But okay, guys, I'm gonna pass the torch to Omar. He's gonna ask you some questions as well. Okay, Omar, take the floor.
Thank you, brother. And thank you, guys. So yes, this is my part of the interview, and I would like to ask you guys more about the recording process of your first album. So, what can you tell us about the Profundis? How did you come up with the setup of this album? How was the recording? I understand you worked with Sleep Creek Records.
Yeah.
Where did you record the album? Did you did it in your own studio, or how did it work for you?
No, we record the album on the Warm Audio studio, which is near Lyon, and the idea is we made a lot of pre-production before to be sure that what is working or not. For example, we have 2 voice, so the layering of the 2 voice, we try some stuff. Sometimes it's working, sometimes not. So the pre-production is quite important. And once we got that, we focus on the studio. So we start the drums on the studio, which there's no programming drums. It's really important for us to have a real drum sound.
Mhm.
And after that, all the bass, the guitar was made with the on home studio, and then we send all the sound to the engineer, and then after we start the voice recording on the studio. So it takes a month to really have all the stuff to make a correct mix.
Everything in Lyon, right?
Yes, because it's easier for us.
Okay.
We really, for the second album, we were really thinking of with which people can collaborate with us, because we have a more
Contact?
more contact to work with some other people. I mean, Sleep Creek make a good job for distributing the music. I mean, physically.
Okay.
So we are more known in the Latin America than the France when you saw the Spotify topics, and so it's quite. They made a great work for distributing the music, but now we are more focused on the Europe for the next album to make a good touring on Germany, Netherlands, and France also.
of course.
Yeah. But yeah, we're working on that to find the best sound engineer on the next album with the same process. I mean, pre-production and then jump to the studio.
Okay, guys. So, but did you guys already have songs? I mean, it's very usually that maybe you have some songs for this recording and then you left some other songs for the next recordings, or you're going to start from zero for the next album.
I think we really we wanted to work with a kind of new sound because we are on the story. We are not on the same place, so we don't want to have exactly the same sound.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit different.
Yeah.
So you're going to start from the scratch for the next recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I would like you to ask a little bit about the visual part. I mean, not just the band in stage, but for the cover of your album first. What can you tell us about the art you used for the cover art of the album?
I mean, just let me
Grab it.
Yeah.
It's the art is quite simple.
Yeah, but still, it
Very
has
representing.
it's
Yeah.
very meaningful. Yeah, very representative.
And the idea is to have a really graphic style, and that could say to people that everything is inside. You need to dive into to learn more. I mean,
Yeah, we don't try to attract people just by the cover, so that maybe if they don't have much, then they're more curious about learning about the music. So that's the most important part.
Yeah.
So that's really important for us for the album. And then everything that's around, of course, is very graphic and everything, because it's part of the universe, and you can find some pics in the books as well.
Awesome.
there are a lot
yeah.
of pics, for example.
So yeah,
Wow.
so that's
You can see
story.
right there.
Yeah.
Such amazing
Art.
pictures. Yeah,
Yeah.
art.
Because
So, yeah.
it's quite difficult to people that buy the record to dive into the story. So we need to have a strong graphic. That's why we have all this kind of stuff. So we have one picture by song, and that's every people can say, okay, we are here on the story.
Yeah, and also it's very important that all three things, such as the record, the novel, and the show, are kind of like a triptych. So if people want to have the whole experience, they have to experience all this. So that's why it's more simple on the record. But then if you grab the book, then it's more complex and you have more elements. So that gives you also the will to come to the show. So it's kind
That's
of
awesome.
all complementary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the next question. We already talked about the art of the album, and now your performance, live performance, all the things you are using on stage. That's awesome. And it's very difficult to, I guess, to prepare all that kind of stuff you are using on scenario, on stage. So how did you come up with the idea for that performance?
The idea is quite simple. That when you go to the show, you don't understand what the musician has to say.
Doing. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they play good music, but to dive into the story, you have to
add
surround
some theatrical elements.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to bring some elements to have a good immersion by surrounding by the story.
And that's also why it's very important for us on stage to work with the same light engineer and also the same people.
We have the team behind.
Yeah, we have all the team. Terence doing a great job with the lights, because it's it's a big part of the visual effect, and we have some people also helping us putting all the SFX makeup and everything, so that we become really like characters of the story and not only musicians. So
yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, let me say something there, Omar. Sorry. It's
Yes,
like
please.
I was watching part of your shows,
Mhm.
and I could kind of like imagine to be there, right? I kind of like try to imagine how your senses, because we go sometimes to a show and you hear very well the band, maybe you know the band and you can sing it, so you are bringing another sense of your body like singing, and your eyes obviously are focusing them, but sometimes they are just wearing a band shirt, right? Or
Yep.
just playing the instruments. But
Mhm.
in your case, it's more than that. It's more like a theatrical.
Mhm.
Also, like I saw some incense uh, in the band, so I said, like, okay, it's bringing another sense to my body. Now I can smell the band. I can
Yeah.
smell the show. So it's like all these elements that it was awesome for me. It was like great. It's like, oh, I wish to be there. I wish to be experiencing this and feeling all these sensations, not just like listening the musicians playing or performing.
It's
Uh,
very important to have the audience
yeah,
also being part of the experiment for
correct,
us.
correct. Because I saw this show where you like entrance is through the people. It's
Yeah.
not just like from the backstage to the stage. It's just not, you're coming from the middle of the crowd and
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
getting the stage. So it's like, okay, another part where it's like, okay, I'm bringing this energy, I'm bringing this from the crowd to the stage. So congratulations, it was amazing.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, the this whole part, I think the audience can really feel is kind of like a ritual to open the
Correct.
show,
Yeah.
Yes.
and all with the incense and everything is part of this, so that the people also are like, okay, it's not just a show I'm gonna see, like it's
Uh-huh.
a whole theatrical thing. It's not just a concert.
And do you have some kind of help in the background, like with the theatrical part, or is your own concept? It's like it's some or is somebody
Uh,
else's from like advising what to do?
Not yet. I mean, we are a lot of people on the background, so that's
Okay.
help us to put a correct show. But about the scenography, our own. So
Yeah.
we speak the eight together on what we can put on the show to help the crowd to understand. So
Yeah, we did
Got it.
not have like a scenography expert to tell us, oh, you should do it this way. It's just a common reflection in the band that was made.
I mean, at the beginning, on the first show, the second show, we recorded it
Yeah.
to see
To see, yeah.
what's
Okay.
working, what's not working, and we always work on that.
Mhm.
And I mean, the show depends also the stage we have, because
Yes.
sometimes it's a small stage,
Mm-hmm.
because it's huge stage, so we need to fit on the which stage we have, so we
Yeah.
made some adaptation.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you can turn off the lights, so you have
Yeah,
to rock with it.
yeah.
So yeah, just have to change.
Perfect. Omar.
Yeah, guys. And in that order of things, I would like you to ask you next about the shows you have been through or the things are coming. I understand you was playing in a festival called Skylark Fest recently in the past months.
Which one?
Silac.
Skylark or
Yeah,
Oui,
Silac.
something.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Silac.
yeah,
Ah,
Silac.
Silac, sorry.
Silac, yeah, yeah,
We didn't perform there because we were just there at this time, just to present the concept of the band, and also with the novel, to
Okay,
because
okay.
the
yeah.
yeah the publishing house was there
I mean,
also.
what's the English for dédicace? I mean,
And autograph and signing autographs
Ah,
also.
okay.
People
Okay.
who
yeah,
That's
were
great.
yeah,
there. But we will maybe be there next year.
yeah.
So it's in the process. So we'll see.
Okay.
Next year, yes.
Yeah.
And what can you tell us about? I think you are going to play next, or is the same thing like in this one? Prison Fest is some kind of horror convention or
It's not
something?
Frisson Festival is not a music festival, is
Okay.
a writing.
Yeah, more literature
Yeah.
festival. So
It's a literature festival based on the horror and fantasy. So it's quite the same. We are here just to
introduce the
introduce
novel
the
mainly.
universe,
Yes.
explain the universe. So really, I think next show will be in 25. We don't have any
precise day to
any
give
gig
now
for
because
now.
it's still in the process, but it's gonna be 2025 for sure.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have something in the end of the year, but we don't know yet.
Yeah.
And also the fact that it's with the novel and the music. Sometimes we're on conventions and different events that are more related to literature than music because it's all part of the project.
You're more like in the promotion process of the band or anything else.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are working to find some gig on the Germany, Netherlands.
Yes.
But I think it will be in 25 now because everything is booked for 24.
And what's your opinion, guys, on Hellfest? You know, that very important festival you have there in France. Would you like to do it in Hellfest if possible?
Yeah. with pleasure, with a lot of pleasure. But the main problem we have as a band is now you have to prepare it for in 2 years now because 25 a lot in advance because 25 is already booked for Hellfest. They already know.
They already have the whole set list and everything. It's a very difficult thing also for us because not all of us are just professional musicians and we have to deal also with the different schedules and just planning this 2 years in advance is kind of tricky also. So it's part of the struggle.
I would like to ask something there in this topic. I think in past episodes we talk about we have now, for example, in Colombia, many huge festivals, right? But that huge festivals, for example, that we are going at the end of the year, are bringing all like international bands. They are all like big mainstream, not mainstream, but like main like metal music bands, right? And that happens in many cases. And local bands, it's hard for them to have the space. So we were thinking like, okay, it's very good for us to have these main festivals, but as a local band, it should be a law. It should be by law that okay, if you want to performance this in these countries, just give 1 or 3 spots to local bands, right?
Yeah.
And for example, in Bakken they have the metal battles where they can bring like small merging bands to the stages as well. Big festivals as a Hellfest, do you think it will give opportunities to local bands, or is just like a festival, like international band festival?
In Hellfest, you have every year you have one band that can
have the opportunity.
Yeah, have the opportunity to go on stage.
But how the opportunity? Like it's a competition, or is it like
yes, it's quite like a competition because you have
you have to send your music and to apply to it. Then
the main problem, for example, the main problem we have with this is there are a lot of metal style, and if they open let's say a metalcore session as a black metal, you cannot
apply.
Yes. Yeah, you cannot apply. So Yes. And for Les Enfants Dagon, it's more complex because it's difficult sometimes to define the band. So
Yeah.
Yes.
sometimes they want really a true black metal band.
Hmm.
It's not our case because we are some gothic style, so
Yeah.
it's not fit for the need. So it's quite complex sometimes to 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 ask to make this kind of concours of, yeah.
Yeah.
For example, at the CILAC, you have 2 slots for local bands,
Mhm.
and the CILAC choose
No,
by your
whatever
own,
the aesthetic.
yeah,
Yes.
whatever the aesthetic, they choose 2 bands.
So
Okay.
that's why there's like more opportunities to go in this kind of festival.
Got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
so you're trying to go to more focused little festivals that maybe fit better for your band, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm.
And normally in 25, we are in discussion with a metal fest
Hmm.
also. We are more small than the CILAC, but yeah, they are
Yeah, I think.
really try to find this kind of aesthetic.
Mhm.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I think you like in Europe this Summerfest, you have a great opportunity there. It's like even for us, it's like start the summer and you are thinking, okay, where to go? And now it's like not just Hellfest and Backend, they are kind of like the main ones, but
Yeah.
going to Brutala South or the one in Norway. What's the name, Omar?
All in the Sky
The
or
Inferno. Inferno.
Inferno
Inferno,
Fest.
yeah,
Yes.
Inferno.
Yes.
I mean, you have also the Summer Breeze Fest. You have
Summer
a lot
breeze
of
in
summer
Germany.
fest.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a lot of opportunities for you guys. It's like this
Yeah.
is kind of like a great part of metal during the year. This having these festivals.
Mhm.
So, do you have
The
another?
main problem is to open the right door.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's also the problem when we try to book some other stages out of festival. We also have like different challenges with just the aesthetic, but also the fact that we're 8 on stage and it's
yeah, pretty
kind of
complex.
huge. It takes lots of space.
yeah.
So
Because what we want about the live show is really to put quality on it. So
Mhm.
if we
yeah,
can do a right show, I mean, with
doesn't
so
worth
we
it.
can put the FX, the light, and we say no, thank you. We have a
Mhm.
lot of demand about playing with bar of some on some pub, for
Yeah.
example, but we say no because it's not fair to the public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They can't have the really right show. I
Yeah.
mean, so
And that's why also we're not focused on just doing lots of shows all year long. Like we just want to focus on the ones that will actually give a good experience to the audience.
correct. Yeah,
So yeah, so that's why we're working really hard to find the right
the right,
stages
yeah,
where to play.
yeah. This is like my opinion is one more time. Each time that I see your videos, your concerts, it's like okay. I imagine like a theater giving that like experience to the crowd. It's like more like the Phantom of the Opera movie theater, like
yeah,
performance, right? Uh,
yes, good reference.
yeah,
Very.
bringing that sensations to the crowd, and so yeah, it's like sometimes having like just 20 minutes in a stage in a festival
Yes.
is not gonna represent what it is. Is
Yeah.
the listen fans of the gun. So yeah, I totally understand it as a fan. Yeah.
Yes.
We're working on
The adaptation,
yeah,
yes, part.
some adaptation on the pure set list made
Mhm.
for a festival because
Yeah.
it's not
The same
yeah.
dynamics. It's gonna be quite different and also shorter on time. So yes.
We're working on that.
Guys, we hope we get that fixed finally and start to go to the road and show your to the most of your art, because I think you will have such potential thing. And we are liking that project from you guys from Les Enfants de Dagon. So we hope you go through this, because it's a very good thing to see.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have a couple questions, and this is more
Okay.
about the video and the digital
Oh
work.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Who's the responsible of the video clips that you can find in YouTube?
Uh, it's a mix of Tom with the keyboard, with
Mhm.
also a video maker,
Okay.
and all the staff. We discuss about what we can bring and on the aesthetic. To, I mean, once again, I'm the gatekeeper, so
Yeah.
you need,
That's awesome.
because we need to have the same graphic
Correct.
code about
Yes.
all the stuff. So
Yeah, correct. That's very good, well worked. Kind of like represent the band as well. So you talk about future plans of the band. I know the band at this point is like focusing advertisement or like show more like. But is the band also working in the next album? What are the next, I will say, no months, but like a year in advance plans for the band
so
besides?
we can say something to you. That's we're
Exclusive.
exclusive. So
Wow.
we are only working on the second album.
Okay.
We are in discussion with several labels. So that's a good thing. I mean, we have the next album will be with 10 songs, and we're also working on the second novel because it's a package.
Yeah.
So
Can we talk about the le livre audio?
Yes.
Okay. So also there's a podcast coming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
With the
Nice.
short story. So this the one you had. You show it. This one. So this short story has been recorded by Céline, the singer, and so it's gonna come in a podcast format, like once a week.
Yeah, once a week.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be like maybe in September or October.
Yeah,
something
this
like
fall,
that.
I think. Yeah.
Will it be in French or also in
Sadly, yes.
Yeah, but it's a good idea. I think
We
first
could
in French,
translate
but we could make it
we
in
could translate
English.
it,
Yeah,
actually. Okay, that's a new project. September, obviously.
Why not? Why
Why
not?
not? Yeah,
I
maybe
think
we do that.
we also say this in our podcast. This space is for the bands, guys. So anything that you want to share through us is welcome. When you have the podcast, when you release an episode, if you want to send me the link, we are gonna post it.
Yeah, we can share it, definitely.
Yeah, no problem. Same thing with the next album, next videos, whatever you want to share through us is more than welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like one of the last questions that I have is how the fans can like buy or acquire your work.
Your merchandise or
Yeah, the merch, the album. What are the websites or social media that they can find?
Yeah, so you can find us on social media, but all the merch are on Bandcamp, so you can grab some stuff. We have some candle also.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
And the idea behind that you can download the album with the candle.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, okay.
That's the idea. So yeah, all our stuff on the Bandcamp of the band, so you can let's see.
Yeah,
And
you send me.
you find
Go
it
ahead.
through social medias.
Mhm.
So like Instagram or Facebook, you can easily find it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we are also on all the streaming platforms, so you can find our album on all the major platforms.
Perfect. You Thomas send me the link tree with all the links for your
Yeah.
social media. If you are okay, we are gonna share it.
Yeah.
With pleasure.
Yeah, great pleasure. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know, Omar, if you have something else, we can start wrapping everything up.
Just telling, we have greetings from Alex from Parto Oscuro. This is
From
another
Mexico.
metal space from Mexico. This is a friend of us, and he's sending salutations, sending greetings to you guys and for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, we want you and we need you here in America. So
Yeah.
I put another thing in your plate.
Okay. Maybe we'll work on that. But yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay,
Thanks
guys.
a lot. Thanks for your
my
time. And, yeah. And hope the weekend was fine for you.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, that's another thing. We were planning this interview. Thomas was on another metal fest, and I was in Bakken. So it's like I hope you enjoy your fest too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was we saw BMOS. We have the opportunity to talk a little bit to Nergal. So
Oh,
it's
sweet.
quite fun. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but he must plays in Bakken
Yeah,
as well.
it was
So
the headline of the Sunday. So
yeah, it was pretty good. That showed that their performance is
yeah,
amazing.
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my final comment here, guys, is like I found a very unique band. I really congratulate you for your work. It's very passion based, I will say, in everything that you do, not just for because the music is because the environment, just creating a whole world around your work. So from the bottom of my metal heart, congratulations. I
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you a
yeah,
lot.
you have a lot of fans at this part of the world. I hope you to see you guys in some point down the road. So congratulations once again, and thank you for your time to be with
Yeah.
us and to share more about you through the Fellowship Metal podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope we saw you on real.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, thank you. Thank
Guys,
you. That was very early for us, but it was definitely I think we had to do. So thank you guys for the moment.
thank you.
And I hope we can share maybe in another moment, maybe if
Yeah.
you on your next album or something else.
With
I'm
pleasure.
pretty
Yeah.
sure
Yes.
we can come back here and talk a little bit more about your music.
Okay, guys.
Fine. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
that
you
was
guys.
Have
the
a good
Fellowship
day. Bye.
Metal podcast.